Hey everyone, welcome back to the movie trivia phase of Geektacular division. And today, surprise, surprise, these are weird times for all of us. And yeah, in the movie trivia phase off as well, because we have a little crossover with Full Metal Geek having their commissioner, their main announcer, RJ. How are you doing? The Red Ranger. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Like you said, I run things over at Full Metal Geek, and it's always nice to reach out to the other geek leagues, especially here at the Movie Trivia Face Off. Glad just to see what's going on here, and this match definitely in particular, this is going to be pretty interesting with the two competitors coming in here today.
This is going to be definitely interesting because Nico Nico is a veteran geek player. He has played in fandom. He has played in a lot of geek formats here in the Movie Trivia Face Off as well. But Adam is a newbie in geek. But we know he has some knowledge, at least, because if I am not mistaken, he was able to enter the rookie Full Metal Geek, right?
Yeah, so that's kind of what this comes down to for me. You have Nico, who's been here before. He's 0-1, and you have Adam, who's a newbie to y'all. But, I mean, and like I said, this is not a dig at either competitor. I have to go what I know about them. Nico has never played officially in Full Metal Geek. Adam has been able to test in. So going off of that, this is a pretty even thing. Nico's played more matches, but Adam has shown that just his base knowledge on movies, despite them being geek, he has the knowledge. So this is really going to come down to who knows more about what is going to be asked.
Yeah, and there is a lot at stake today because this is a qualifying match, Nico's last chance to punch his ticket to World War Geek happening in May. Adam is a newbie. He may be able to get another match, but we have a really stuck schedule because a lot of people want to get in that event to be crowned the very first movie trivia face of Geektacular champion. But we talked enough, so let's see what they have to say.
Well, Adam, the new British Empire is in some unfamiliar territory. Movie trivia face-off. I think the faction has really delved into these waters, but it's good. It's good to have you playing in Geek. I know that you're really good over at Multiplex Warzone, so me personally, I'm genuinely curious to see how you do in Geek. You're going up against Nico. Nico is a person, I love Nico, but he talks to a rock, and I can't imagine that there's some wise choices made if you feel that talking to a rock is the best idea.
So Nick, I think the message we can get from the past 24 hours is that COVID-19 is a very weird mistress. I spent the good part of the past couple weeks preparing to get pseudo revenge for you on TJ Starman, and then all of a sudden, I'm now fighting the geek equivalent of a ghost. And trust me, I looked through every single one of Adam's movie Warzone matches to just try and find the slimmest bit of geek weaknesses and strengths he had, and barely any of the questions revolved around the movies that we're going to be covering here today. So to put it like this, it's like if an MMA guy won all of his fights using wrestling and submissions and then decided, I'm going to try Muay Thai, where there are no wrestling and submissions, so I still have no tape to really research. And it's weird. And I feel like the pressure's on me as the veteran geek player to defend this turf.
How do you feel going up against Nico?
Well, the rock thing is news to me, but I do know that Nico is quite talented in the geek divisions across the leagues, so I have my work cut out for me. I'm pretty confident in my broad knowledge base of all the major categories. There are some deep cuts that'll be challenging, I'm sure, but I'm ready to show what I can do in this division in all the leagues, and hopefully, we give him a run for his money today.
All the advice that I've been giving you the past couple weeks, I need you to give back to me. Keep my head on straight here, because there's a lot going through my mind right now.
Yes. Oh, well, that is all great news. And man, first I want to start off with, I would say I'm not really much of a manager per se, because I think all that part stuff you're here. I'm just here to be a supportive friend and just be like, we know you're good. Yeah, we know you're a solid player. We know the knowledge is in that head of yours. You just got to calm down like you said, unfortunately, the pressure is on you because you've done this a handful of times already, and he is completely new to this. And we know he has a lot of knowledge. It just depends on what knowledge he has in these specific categories. So that's just how the questions are going to go. But I know you got this. You've been working really hard, as I have, and we've been working together. And I feel like we've got a really good solid base to go with. So I think we should go ahead and get this match started, and may the best man win.
Nico is definitely a person that has improved immensely, but you sir are a stepping stone for the new British Empire. The Empire will rise.
One more thing, Brooklyn, I stopped talking to that rock, which is why I don't have it with me, and there's a possibility today that I will beat a future movie Warzone champion. We shall see.
All right, and we are back. And I mean, Nico thinks that the pressure is on him. And do you think it's rightfully to say?
I'm not gonna lie. Being a host, being a competitor from some time, it absolutely is. I'm sorry, I don't mean to add any more pressure, but it is. Like you said, this is his chance to get into that tournament. And for Adam, it's kind of like he is like, if he wins, he wins. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It's not, there's no real pressure on him other than to just show what he's got. Whereas Nico, he's fighting for something. So I think, like he says in his promos, he's just got to stay out of his own head. And I think he can do it. But he's going up against someone who has some really good base knowledge here.
All right, so without further ado, let's go and introduce our competitors. Introducing first, coming from Massachusetts and representing the new British Empire, being accompanied to the ring by his manager, the Black Lantern, Brooklyn Vale. He is Adam, the Nomad, Collins.
Greetings.
Hey Adam, welcome to the Movie Trivia Face Off. One of our great question writers, by the way. Give him some love in singles. And his opponent, having a partnership and being accompanied by Big Sal Nick Carly. He is representing the East Coast and Suave Samurai Productions. He is Nico Suave Regoli.
Let's fight.
Hey Nico. Okay, both competitors ready to go. All right, so you guys know how this works, but I will remind you in case we have a new viewer here. In round one, we are going to ask 8 questions to the field, and you guys will have 15 seconds to write your best attempt of an answer in your whiteboard or whatever writing device you have with you. We will ask you to reveal your answer and say it at the same time. You will have no penalty for missing a question. You will gain 1 point for each correct answer. 10 correct answers will trigger a bonus question. You have 3 repeats and 1 challenge all throughout the match. So, do you guys understand the rules?
Yes, and since Adam was off the call before we discussed this, I just want to state that I asked Corey beforehand, and no offense to you, David, but he said if I was struggling with your accent at all, I could ask for a technical repeat. I just want to clarify that's okay with you.
That's completely fine. I know I have a very beautiful accent.
I had one question. Is it 10 questions or 8 in round 1?
10 questions.
Okay.
We're going by modern standards here. Okay, RJ, as our outside host, why don't you kick us off with the first question?
All right, no problem, gentlemen. All right, your first question is going to come from the category of the DCEU. What is Cyborg's civilian name in Justice League?
This movie is a disappointment. I don't want to say it's bad, but it was a disappointment.
I liked it.
Okay.
I mean, it could have been better, but I liked it.
All right, guys. With Nico's grants in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we go to Nico.
Victor Stone.
That's correct for 1 point. And Adam.
I did not have it, unfortunately. Wrong name.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I got to erase the board here with this napkin I got from Applebee's.
Yeah.
I need an eraser. I know.
Yeah, hard times getting those kind of all kind of papers, I would say.
Hey, dude, handy thing, hand towels. You can get these really cheap anywhere, and they make great erasers for dry erase boards.
Noted. You may continue.
All right. So your second question comes in the category of Star Wars. What type of creature is hand transporting before it is let free to attack Kanji Club in The Force Awakens? I am probably going to say a hot take here, but for me, this is the weakest of the new trilogy.
I'll give you a better hot take. My favorite Star Wars movie of all time is Episode 2, The Attack of the Clones. Yes, I said it. Everybody come fight me.
Ha! I actually knew that. I have been watching Full Metal Geek, and I cringe every time you say that.
It's still fun to say.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we go to Adam.
Rathtars.
Raptors is correct. Nico.
I blanked. I couldn't get the Borg gullet out of my head.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, gentlemen. Your next question is going to be the category of Marvel. This is Marvel outside of the MCU. Who plays Ben Grimm, also known as The Thing, in the first Fantastic Four films?
This is the best Fantastic Four movie ever made.
The first one? I like it a lot. Yeah.
Which is not saying much about the other ones.
And this who we're asking for was very well cast in this.
That is really true. And I also loved Reed Richards. Like,
Oh, yeah,
one of the
absolutely.
best castings in Marvel, in fact. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Nico.
Michael Chiklis.
Michael Chiklis is correct. Adam.
Michael Chiklis.
All right, so 2-2 tie, no perfect rounds. I didn't even have to jinx it today. All right, guys, your next question in the category of villains. What does Tony Stark call Ebony Maw when he first meets him outside Doctor Strange's sanctum? Phenomenal movie. My favorite MCU movie, hands down. Hands down.
I still conflict with I still really like Civil War. I'm not gonna lie. Like Civil War still kind of ekes its way at the top.
Civil War's very underappreciated.
I really appreciate Civil War, but as a fan of the comics, it kind of disappointed me a little. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and I forgot whose turn is it.
It's Adam's turn.
Adam.
I couldn't quite remember, so I guess Scarecrow.
That's incorrect. Nico.
It's Squidward.
Yeah, it was really close.
All right, gentlemen, your next question comes from the category of Indiana Jones. What does the little Maharaja use to distract Indy during his fight in the mines in Temple of Doom?
If you had to use something to distract someone, what would you use? Anything you could.
I would just get naked. That's the
That
easiest
would be
distraction
very
you could ever do.
distracting for
Completely thrown
one
off.
reason or another.
People can't handle this bod. I mean, that's all I got to do is get naked, and
I mean,
everyone
the-
gets distracted.
that has to be.
Oh yeah, no, carpet matches the drapes. Absolutely.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and Nico.
This is the vaguest answer ever. An injury? Question mark?
No, not even vague. And Adam,
Is it a snake?
that's also incorrect. We were looking for a voodoo doll. We will probably have accepted doll as well.
I remember that now.
All right, your next question, and this is your sixth one, in the category of Pirates of the Caribbean. Cutler Beckett leads what mercantile group in Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest?
Can I get a technical repeat?
Yep. Cutler Beckett leads what mercantile group in Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest?
Mercantile, as in merchant group?
Yep.
Okay, just clarify.
Did I say that wrong, RJ?
You could have said mercantile, That sometimes we have different pronunciations. I don't know. Don't ever ask me how to pronounce or spell something. If you've watched enough of my videos, don't ever ask me how to pronounce or spell something.
Don't worry, I'll cover for you. Or we can bring hillbilly scripts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down and Adam.
Royal Tea Company?
That's incorrect. Nico?
Is it the East India Trading Company?
Absolutely correct. Yep.
Nice.
He goes up 4-2.
All right, gentlemen, your next category is now going to be in the MCU. So this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Which character responds to Cap when he asks if anyone has seen an ugly brown van anywhere on the battlefield in Endgame?
Huh. I actually don't know this one.
I do, but that's because the answer's right in front of me.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid looking.
I would not have got that. I wouldn't have gotten it, though. I wouldn't have gotten it.
So
Let me get an actual repeat on this one.
okay, that's the first one.
All right. All right. Which character responds to Cap when he asks if anyone sees an ugly brown van anywhere on the battlefield in Endgame?
So if Infinity War was my favorite movie, this one is my favorite battle of the MCU. The start just gave me chills every single time, the 4 times I saw it in theaters. Like, I almost cried. Almost.
I've only seen it once, and I still haven't rewatched it yet.
Huh. That's probably a mistake for playing in Geek.
Not really. I have pretty good memory.
Okay. Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down and Nico.
Is it Pepper Potts in her rescue armor?
No. And Adam.
Ant-Man?
No.
We're looking for Valkyrie.
Yep.
Her name popped into my head, but I wasn't sure. Dang it.
All right. In the category of Back to the Future is what your 8th question comes. What name does Marty hate being called in Back to the Future? So, what is the name or insult it just makes you pop?
Insult that I wouldn't say it makes me mad, but I'm very easily convinced to do things same as Marty. Like
Okay.
if I am called that as well, I almost have the same response.
Okay.
Like,
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Adam.
Chicken.
Yep. Never call him chicken. And Nico.
Chicken.
Yep.
all right, gentlemen, your penultimate question is in the category of weapons, technology, and magical items. Sorry, it got cut off.
Magical objects.
Magical objects. I am sorry. Right. Weapons, technology, and magical objects. What magical object does Neville Longbottom retrieve before the Battle of Hogwarts, which helps him find the Sword of Gryffindor?
Nice work. Nice work. I mean, not really a lot of pronunciation thing, but nice work in the Harry Potter.
Oh no, it's better than like when you get stuck with something in Star Trek or Star Wars of a planet or alien race that you're just like, yeah, I'm going to say it how I feel.
Well, I normally say it how it is.
I'm bad at pronunciation. Like I said, I'm just terrible.
It's Star Wars. Star Trek, I get more confused. In 5, 4.
Repeat the question, please.
Yep.
All right. What magical object does Neville Longbottom retrieve before the Battle of Hogwarts, which helps him find the Sword of Gryffindor?
Well, I got out of banter for this question.
I wish I could find the Sword of Gryffindor. It's a very pretty sword.
It is actually. I like Excalibur more in 5, 4, 3, 2. At least one version of it. 1. Pens down. And Nico.
There's a very strong chance I just made this up. Finder's feather?
Yeah, you made that up. And Adam,
Sorting Hat.
that is correct. To climb out 1 point. Climb up. Climb out, you can do that. Climb up 1 point. All right, guys. So in your final question, in the category of Star Trek, who plays Pavel Chekhov in the newest Star Trek films?
Great actor.
Yeah. Yes, I have seen him. Well, I only in Star Trek because I don't watch movies aside.
Oh, you should definitely check out his other movies. He's very good.
No. I was going to give him the countdown too early. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Adam.
Anton Yelchin.
Yes. Nico.
Anton Yelchin.
All right, so 5-6 advantage to Nico in the first round. This was a really nice round, no perfects, but these two showing they can compete in Geek actually.
No, yeah, absolutely. This is about as close as I expected it to be, knowing what I know from these two competitors.
Well, I mean, and now we go to the big equalizer, the wheel round. All right, guys, in the second round, you both will get a spin of the wheel. And if you don't like what you land on, you can spin again unless you have landed on opponent's choice. You will receive five questions for the selected category. Each question will have a value of 2 points. If you select to go to multiple choice, the value of the question will go down to 1 point. Do you guys understand the rule? Oh, wait. There is stealing in this round, so don't miss the question or your opponent can steal your points. Both of you have used 1 repeat, if I am correct. So, Nico, and your partner, not manager, Nick, you are in the lead, 6-5. Do you want to go first or spin again? The categories are Marvel, DC, Star Wars, MCU, Back to the Future, DCEU, Star Trek, Wizarding World, Middle-earth, Pirates of the Caribbean, Marvel, and as always, spinners and opponents' choice.
Nick.
I mean, it's so close. It's really, I mean, I guess it's really how comfortable if you want to, I mean, and back to the fact that we don't, he's brand new and we don't have a specific thing we can pick for him.
Because he's so fresh, I feel like we should let him go first just to maybe see if there's something he wants to spin away from, and then if we get opponent's choice, we can give him exactly that category.
I feel like that's our best option at the moment, knowing so little. So I say we'll do that. We'll defer.
New British Empire shall go first.
All right, so Brooklyn, Adam, you ready to spin?
Yeah. In the words of Pegasus, you activated my trap card, cowboy.
Okay, give it a shake, Cory. And that is...
Okay.
It looks like it's going to be Star Wars.
Let me check one thing here real quick. It's got to see here. I'm pretty sure we're gonna keep it. I know. I just want to see here. I just want to make sure this. Yeah. No, you're good.
I know that Nico is good in Star Wars as well, but I will keep it.
All right, so I will take Star Wars for you, Nico, and your first question in
Adam's the one answering the question.
And the first question for a galaxy far, far away. In the Clone Wars movie, what nickname does Ahsoka give Jabba's son?
I have a pretty good idea, but I don't want to risk losing the point. So multiple choice.
Multiple choice. A, smelly. B, hatty. C, stinky. D, slaggy.
C, stinky.
C, stinky is correct for 1 point.
Dang it.
Does it seem like it's a positive nickname? I am not sure. All right.
Means what he is.
Yeah. In Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, whose ship is attacked by bus droids? Annoying.
Whose ship? Okay, sorry. Multiple choice, please.
All right. And your multiple choices are A. Obi-Wan, B. Anakin, C. Oddball, D. Yoda.
A.
A. Obi-Wan is correct for 1 point. All right, your next question. In episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, who disconnects C-3PO when he keeps suggesting they surrender to the Empire?
Leia.
Leia is correct for 2 big points. So I feel like we are not bantering, but Nico is present and he likes to shut up announcers, so I'm doing this for him. Next,
Gotcha.
on which movie do we hear a character say Boba Fett's name out loud for the first time, counting the movies by release order?
Do you want the title of the movie?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to know if you want the number of the movie at first. I believe it's Return of the Jedi.
And you believe correctly for 2 points. All right. Your last question in the category of Star Wars, which you are doing really fine so far. In The Phantom Menace, who is Queen Amidala talking to via hologram when Naboo's communications are jammed?
C.O. Bibble.
That is incorrect, unfortunately. Nico for the steal.
At the time, Senator Palpatine.
That is correct for us. 2 point steal.
Big 2 point steal right there.
It's a big 2 point steal.
I remember C.O. Bibble's thing shorting out. That's why.
Yeah, C.O. Bibble, I think you were looking for the diversion thing they do, the trick one. All right, so with that one, Nico got a big steal. That's a big steal because Adam was doing really well in Star Wars. Now Adam has to look for a steal on his own, even if it's only 1 point. Are you ready to spin?
Spin that wheel. Cinematic universe.
I can work with this. I'm going to keep it, Nick.
I would say, I was worried it was going to be the other one, but no, I think you should be fine with this one. I agree.
Skipping the MCU.
Your first question in the category of the MCU. In how many MCU films will you spot Howard the Duck?
Oh.
Three, because I think he does make an appearance in Endgame.
That is correct for 2 points.
Nice. You have to make sure you don't miss any, because this character is a cameo one always.
Oh, yeah. All right. Your next question. Who directed Captain America, the First Avenger?
Joe Johnston.
That's correct for another 2 points.
That gives him the lead.
All right. Your third question. Which of the Infinity Stones is introduced in Thor: The Dark World?
The Reality Stone, aka the Ether.
That is correct. We would have taken either one. All right, Nico running through this. Let's see if he can keep it going with his fourth question. Which member of Yondu's crew leads the mutiny to usurp his command in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
This is a bit of a deeper cut.
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A. Taserface, B. Kraglin, C. Stakar, or D. Horus.
Kraglin?
That is incorrect. Adam, chance for a 1 point steal. Your options once again are A, Taserface, B, Kraglin, C, Stakar, or D, Haruz.
I said Taserface.
Taserface would be correct for the 1 point steal.
Big steal.
And then
Big steal definitely keeps him in the game. All right, let's see if Nico can come back from that. Your last question in the MCU. What alias does Samuel Stearns use when corresponding with Bruce Banner in The Incredible Hulk?
Mr. Blue.
That is correct for 2 points.
All right. Really good round 2 for both of the competitors, but the steals, I think that gave Nico even a little more edge than he had at the end of round 1. I mean, round 3 is equalizer now.
Yeah. No, yeah. They Adam definitely needed that steal to have a little bit of an easier time. You know, he got within 4, so it makes it a lot easier to it makes it a lot easier for him to catch up with Nico, but Nico still did a hell of a job in there with MCU. He let go of that 1 steal, but it was only a 1-pointer. So let's see how that works for them.
Yeah, and as you said, in the Smogon, they always say that 5 is the magic number because you only have to get that deep cut and your opponent has to miss it. And if you do that, I mean, the 5-pointers are the ones you always hope your opponent to miss. All right, guys, so we are going to go to round 3, and your rules are as follows. You are going to give us 3 numbers, which correspond to 3 random categories in the Geektacular Galaxy, with the addition of the new ones we gave you the list of. We are going to ask you 3 questions. The first one will have a value of 2 points, the second one of 3 points, and the third one of 5 points. No stealing or multiple choice in this round. No penalty for missing, and you will have 2 repeats and your challenge intact. Okay, so Nico, you are in the lead, 16-12. Why don't you give us your 3 numbers first?
What did you say the range was?
Oh, I didn't. It's between 1 and 18, if I am not mistaken. Yep.
In which case, I will be going with 12, 5, and 6.
12, 5, and 6. Adam, your numbers.
7, 2, and 9.
7, 2, and 9. All right, so RJ, why don't you give Nico his questions now?
Adam.
Adam first.
Adam?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will give the questions to Adam, mostly for accent, because I know Nico has a bit more trouble understanding me. All right.
No offense taken.
No.
Or meant to be given.
Okay, so Adam, you choose category number 7, and that here corresponds to weapons, technology, and magical objects. Number 7, and your 2-pointer. What does Jack Sparrow use to hold Davy Jones' heart in Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, feels like it's a trick question, but the dead man's chest, the treasure chest.
That's unfortunately incorrect. He uses Okay, Nico, go ahead.
It's a jar of dirt.
Oh,
I got the job done. No, God, it's so good.
I thought Nico was going to sing it. All right, Adam, you selected number, and I think you have to hit both of your questions. Oh, no, just the 5-point. You can afford to miss this one. So, you selected number 2, and that here corresponds to The Matrix. You are getting a lot of mixed bag questions here. All right, your 3-pointer. Name the second actress to portray the Oracle in the Matrix films.
the second actress. I don't know her name. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'll take the hit. Yeah.
We were looking for Mary Alice.
I believe you.
Okay.
I wouldn't have gotten it if it makes you feel better.
I wouldn't believe me because I don't know actresses. I believe the question writers though. So, okay, so now it's do or die for you. If you miss, Nico will win via TKO and qualify for World War Geek. You selected number 9, and that here corresponds to Okay, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. So, for 5 points, in Dead Men Tell No Tales, when meeting Salazar, Barbosa promises Jack's life will be Salazar's by what time?
I'll use a repeat on it since I have them.
Okay. In Dead Men Tell No Tales, when meeting Salazar, Barbosa promises Jack's life will be his by what time? I mean, Salazar's by what time? These mixed bag categories newly added.
By what time?
Okay, yeah.
I thought our mixed bag was bad.
I'll use the last repeat just to add to the tension.
All right. In Dead Men Tell No Tales, when meeting Salazar, Barbosa promises Jack's life will be Salazar's by what time? Yeah, we added a lot of fantasy films in the mixed bag. I know you guys go more comic book.
By dawn.
And your winner, qualifying for World War Geek and advancing to by TKO, Nico Suave Regoli.
Great game, Adam. Great game.
You were really close actually. The answer was by sunrise of tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's a little challengeable, to be honest with you.
I mean, you can
Because
challenge.
dawn is equivalent to sunrise.
Is that
Your call.
I have a challenge. I'll use it.
All right, so we are back from the challenge, and I had to talk to a linguist because, as you guys know, I don't speak English really well, and I didn't realize those two words were synonyms. I was just going by the document. So dawn and sunrise of tomorrow. So tomorrow's sunrise is dawn. So we are actually going to award Adam 5 points, and Nico will have to fight for his victory.
Not like I haven't fought for anything before.
Okay. In round 3, does that make you feel better?
All right, so we're gonna give Nico his 2-pointer. Nico, basically, you got to hit one. You hit one of your questions, you're still in the tournament. So let's see if you could do it. David, what number did he pick for his 2-pointer?
12.
12. All right. So going down to 12, that gives you the category of the DCEU for your 2-pointer. All right. For 2 points, how many DCEU films include Batman?
Make sure you don't forget.
I'm sorry, I don't have a timer. I thought you were still keeping time.
I really hope he wasn't in Birds of Prey. I'm gonna go 3.
And your winner, Nico Suave Regoli. It was in fact 3 films. It was Justice League, Batman v Superman, and Suicide Squad.
Once again, great game, Adam.
I hate to say this, but because I kept my challenge, I just want to clarify something.
Yep.
Is Bruce Wayne not in Wonder Woman?
No, he only sends her the picture. She is mentioned, but he's not in it.
Okay. I thought he had a scene in it. Sorry.
I mean,
No, he does not. He does not have
no,
a scene. No.
it's not in one.
All right. Congratulations, Nico. Had to be sure.
Yeah,
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
It is an important match. All right, so Nico, congratulations. Adam, a great debut. 17 points is nothing to sneeze at. That Pirates of the Caribbean 5-pointer, that was a deep cut. Great use of his challenge, great strategy. He played an amazing game, but Nico, the experienced geek competitor, and he punches his ticket to World War Geek in May alongside his partner Big Sal, and we'll meet you there, Nico. So, now we are going to go to the post-match interviews with Corey Morissette.
Thank you very much for that, David, and great job on the desk as always. My name is Corey Morissette. I'm the Geektacular Commissioner here in the MTFO, and today I'm bringing you the unfortunate loser of today's match, Adam the Nomad Collins. First of all, Adam, welcome to the MTFO. A really great debut performance. How are you feeling after your first match?
I feel decent. I mean, I came into this with 24 hours notice. Not that I haven't been studying geek stuff in general, I have, but Pirates of the Caribbean was a quick study for me in the past 24 hours. So that ended up being the reason I stayed in the match, but it also hurt me in some ways too. Honestly, I wanted to get a match in a Geek League of some kind before I debut in Full Metal Geek, because I did test in, but obviously there's a lot of strategy involved. There's a lot of deep cuts, and there were tons of deep cuts in this match that threw me for sure. Wish I'd slowed down on the CO Bibble answer. I just remembered that hologram breaking up and Phantom Menace, so I was pretty confident, obviously. I was like, ooh, I know C.O. Bibble's name, but it was just good old Senator Palpatine. But Nico deserves all the credit here. He is an experienced geek player. I can't wait to see what he does in the upcoming tournament. And hopefully, after a few more geek matches are under my belt, he and I get a chance to square off again someday.
Now, you mentioned 24 hours notice. Tough at the best of times, but now that we've added extra categories, extra franchises, and movies that everybody has to study, like Pirates, like Matrix, that kind of thing, even more daunting. So first of all, thank you so much for stepping up into that position. Not an easy place to start from, but your first round, you do pretty well, getting 5 out of 10. How did you feel coming out of round 1?
Well, I wanted to get at least half. And, you know, I honestly answered the questions I knew. I couldn't pull any of the others. I phonetically could kind of remember Squidward, which is why I wrote Scarecrow, but I didn't remember the specifics. But, you know, coming out only 1 point under against a geek veteran like Nico, I was okay with that.
Yes, keeping it close in round 1. Did an excellent job there. Round 2, you spin Star Wars, elect to keep it, and do pretty well, grabbing 6 out of there. Is Star Wars a strength of yours?
It is, but obviously there's room to improve. You know, it's all about deep cuts in the geek division. And again, I already talked about C.O. Bibble, but and I was pretty sure about Obi-Wan and the Buzz Droids, but at the same time, there's a lot of ships in that opening battle, and I didn't want to risk messing it up.
Yeah, I was sitting back here thinking it was Anakin the whole time, and that turns out I was wrong. It was Obi-Wan. So coming out of round 3, back up against the wall a little bit. Really tough 3-point question in the Matrix there. I thought that was a really tough one. If anyone out there could get Mary Alice for a 3-pointer, you know, that's more of a 5-pointer in my world. But let's talk about the Pirates question really quick, and a very veteran move on your part, realizing that the intent of the question was probably to get the exact quote right, but it's not in the question. So you wisely challenged it and ended up getting 5 points for it. So really a great veteran move on your part. Maybe talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, my big thing is, you know, going into round 3, I knew the odds were against me, but I wanted to avoid the TKO. Obviously, that's a big thing. So when I got to that, admittedly, I need to see Dead Man Tell No Tales again. But I remembered something about, you know, the morning. So I didn't know how specific it needed to be. And so when they gave me the answer, the sunrise tomorrow, I was like, that's worth a challenge. You know, we got to at least try. And I'm glad to have avoided the TKO as a result. The other question about the jar of dirt, it's just been forever since I've seen Dead Man's Chest. I refreshed on it, but I didn't have time to watch the movie again. Had I watched the movie, I would have known jar of dirt.
Every time I hear that, I got Jay Burns in my head yelling, I've got a jar of dirt, because he does that all the time. But a great performance for your first match, Adam. Are you hoping to keep competing here in the MTFO in the Geek Division? Are you looking to maybe get into that qualifying match for World War Geek coming up?
I would love to. I think I demonstrated that I have a right to compete in this league, and with more time to prepare, I think you'll see a much stronger showing out of me in another match.
Absolutely. Now, what have you got coming up in the other fan leagues?
Well, I am very active in multiplex right now. Hoping to keep the momentum going with my teammate Brandon Dunlap. We have a match coming up this month in the multiplex teams tournament. Our team is called We're Your Density, which is a Back to the Future reference. And then I have a #1 contenders match in multiplex against Caleb Boatman in April. I'm honored to have the match at all. I'm 3-0 in that league. It's a tall order playing Boatman, but I'm so excited. General trivia, general movies is what I excel at, and geek is something I'm working to get better at.
Well, you did a fantastic job here today. Adam, thank you very much for joining us. Where can the people find you online?
Honestly, just check out my profile on Letterboxd if you like talking movies. My username is AIZANTHOR, Eisenthor. And I write reviews of everything I watch and rewatch. And it's fun to get into discussions with fellow film fans. So check it out.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Adam. And we'll be right back with today's victor, Nico Suave Regoli. And we are back now with today's victor, Nico Suave Regoli, and his manager, partner, Nick Big Sal Carley. Nick, how you feeling about your partner in crime here after today's match?
Man, that was good stuff. I mean, the first round had a really good mix of, I feel good mix of difficulty when it came to questions. So it was really good to come out 6-5 in that first round, and then Star Wars. It was the big turnaround was the steal on the final question. I think just pushed him in, and that's why. And we landed on obviously a very good category for Nico and MCU. So, I mean, everything worked out great. And I mean, he had to answer his 2-pointer. And I mean, that was a great match. And just a real quick thing. I mean, Adam, the fact that he only was here for 24 hours, he's going to be a force now that he has time to prepare. So I look forward to him. And I mean, it was a great match back and forth the whole time.
Nico, I know that you were a little apprehensive coming into this match because you were playing a ghost, as you put it. You didn't really know much about Adam. After round 1, 6-5 lead, only up by 1. How were you feeling coming out of that round?
Well, let me clarify the ghost comment, because Adam has played in other places. We know he's a beast. He's like he's 2 wins away from becoming Multiplex's movie Warzone champion if things go his way. The thing is, in all of the matches that I watched of him in movie Warzone, very few categories or questions came up related to the movies that are focused here in Geektacular. So it's like I was grasping at the littlest of straws, trying to find the weaknesses and or strengths that I could somehow capitalize on against him, and they just weren't there. 6-5 after round 1, I'm okay with that. I would have been happier with at least 7-5. I'm kicking myself a little bit for Valkyrie because, like, I saw her in my head. I saw her on the Pegasus flying over the van, and like, there it is. But for some reason, I didn't think she was the one who said it. I thought it was either Pepper Potts or Hope Van Dyne, the Wasp. It was just like I knew it was a female. I just wasn't sure which of the 3 females that could fly that it was. We as I talked with Nick in all of his past matches, just stayed composed, stayed calm, and maneuvered through as best I could with round 2. MCU, I love that franchise. I love Star Wars too. So I was like just ready to pounce whenever I could.
9 out of 10 in round 2. It doesn't get much better than that. So that really helped your cause here, being up by 4 points heading into round number 3. Not the safest of leads heading into round 3. How are you feeling? Were you a little nervous thinking if Adam hits his strengths, you might have to answer some tough 3 and 5 pointers?
I wouldn't know what his strengths are. So it's like I was just thanking my luckiest of stars, because history has shown that whenever I've played in a match that has followed Schmodown style rules with round 3, if I've been behind and I've had to answer my questions first, it usually hasn't worked out for me. I do better when I'm leading after round 2. Not just because then the luck is more on my side. And there's a luck element to this too. There's a strategy element to that too. Like Adam got into Full Metal Geek because he tested well, because he just has a strong base knowledge. Me, I've been playing catch up for the past 3 years to some very credible movie watchers. I like movies, but I'm not really, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm not really like a movie centric guy. I'm a sports entertainer who sees this as an avenue to explore that sports entertainment passion. And so I'm trying to play catch up so I can be that guy with the belt over his shoulder or around his waist that all the promotions are like hyping on their posters for all the big events. So I got to play this game a little bit differently than everybody else, and thankfully I played it right tonight.
Now, that big challenge in round 3, you took it well. You even chimed in there and said, I think Adam should get the point. Like I said, the intent of the question was probably to get that exact quote, but it wasn't in the question, so he was awarded the 5 points. Knowing you just had a 2-pointer to win it, still feeling pretty confident there at the end?
Yeah, because like I was thinking, all I have to do is get the 2-pointer. All I have to do is actually get any question at all in round 3, and I'll be fine. And like, it felt like there's a strong chance that like at least one of those questions, how many I had to answer, would be in my favor. And thankfully, it was on the first try. I can see where Adam was about to come with that second potential challenge, because I was thinking like, was he in Wonder Woman or did he just send the letter? Was he in Birds of Prey, or am I misremembering something? But no, I've remembered he's in Suicide Squad, he's in Justice League, he's in BVS, and then I just settled on that, and everything was fine from there.
Well, with that win, Nico, you've now punched your ticket to World War Geek, as well as your manager, Nick Carley. You got to ramp up the training sessions heading into the end of May here?
Oh, absolutely. Like Nick and I have been developing a good repertoire over the past couple months, and we're figuring each other out. The more and more we do these study sessions, we're adding more people onto these study sessions just so we can make them better and they can make us better. Because that's just like we see it happening in the Discord all the time. It's just we have other people we like to train with. No offense to the other guys. I mean, we'd happily train with them as well, but. Where was I going with that? But yeah, we're gonna be studying. We're gonna be preparing for this. The main thing is, like I just mentioned, base knowledge is kind of where I struggle at times. I'm more of a strategy guy, and World War Geek is a free-for-all format, which means I have to have a certain amount of knowledge to at least survive round by round by round. And, I can't help but wonder how much that first match I had against Nazario set me back in the rankings. That's going to affect where I place in the free-for-alls roster. I'll play it by year. I'll figure it out from there.
Very good. Both Nick and Nico, give you an opportunity now. What do you got coming up, and where can the people find you online?
I mean, I've stated it a few times already. I'm a lot like Adam. I'm just pretty laid back. I'm a part of, I've started doing more and more with the feature presentation league that Tony started. And so just helping write and doing different things with that. But besides that, just look me up on Facebook. I'm always there. I'm always willing to talk about movies.
Oh, and so right now you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli, or just on Discord at Nico Suave with 4 randomized numbers at the end. Right now, my YouTube channel is slowly in the process of being rebranded into Suave Samurai Productions. So soon I'll have that name changed. And I was doing some reactions, but I've kind of stopped because I want to wait until I have all the logos and graphics ready before I start putting out videos again. So stay tuned because eventually I will have content coming back on that channel once I have all the stuff. And there will be a Facebook group page, possibly a Facebook business page, and a Twitter handle for Suave Samurai Productions as well. Just give me some time to work on those. And in terms of additional fan league stuff, this has been a pretty good month for me record-wise. Like I had a really good performance against Liam Crowley in the heavyweight division of Combat Wrestling Trivia, Combat Wrestling Network on YouTube. I beat Lucas Schilbach in a fandom fight for Multiplex a couple weeks back. And by the way, a lot of people doubted me on that Facebook poll. And it really got to me. And that's what I'm setting out to do this year is I'm trying to change people's perceptions of me because I think they link me because I've had some rough performances in the past, I think they link me too much with guys who are at the bottom of the rankings. No offense to Hunter Chambliss, but him being one of them. And like, I'm trying to distance myself from that perception. I want to show that I am someone who can contest for a belt in one of these places. And, you know, I've qualified for their Summer Series tournament over at Fandom Fight. I'm getting close to that heavyweight title in Combat Wrestling Trivia. And now I'm just one win away from potentially being the first ever Geektacular champion. Hell, couple wins, I'll be the Star Wars champion too over here whenever you get that division back up and running. It's all just a matter of time. I don't know what other trivia matches I have planned, but in terms of debate, I have 2 matches with Ryan Payne, one in Multiplex's Nerdgasm, the other one for my TMG Entertainment Chokeslam Wrestling Debate Championship. The Nerdgasm match will be up later this month. The Chokeslam title match will be taking place at a to-be-determined date.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's your victor for today, Nico Suave Regoli. Let's take it back to the desk with RJ and David.
All right, thank you very much, Cody, for those interviews. Both competitors being classy, but Adam wanting to play again to qualify for that Geek Free-for-All we are going to host in May. RJ, what are your thoughts on this particular match?
I mean, this is awesome. I mean, just going through the questions, how y'all do the categories and everything, this looks like fun. I mean, it just...
You know you are always welcome here, friend, to compete. I know you are a strong geek player.
I mean, you know, kind of saying here, like, my focus this year is Multiplex's fandom. As we all saw in the post, I'm still the number 2 ranked contender. So I'm definitely trying to get back up there before hopefully get another title shot before the summer tournament, so I can take the summer tournament off. You know, and then I'm also you know, these announcements will come in Multiplex, so check those out. But I've also started a new team over in fandom to try to go for those title belts as well. And you know, with running Full Metal Geek by myself, it takes a lot. So that's why, like, I'm focusing on one division right now, like, other than that. But yeah, I would more than happy to one day maybe throw my hat in something like this. But this was really fun. Hopefully I can at least come back maybe just to be on the desk with you guys again. I look forward to it, watching these matches. And yeah, it was a really good time.
You are, as I said, you are always welcome. We are trying to have the best relationship possible with all the fan leagues across, like, the internet. So this match was a great one. Like, Nico is hungry, Big Sal is hungry, and Adam is hungry as well for his first win. He will probably make his debut on singles really soon, now that we have been able to put that division back up, even if it's going slowly. Also, Nico mentioned Star Wars, and I have to say, yeah, that's not happening, buddy. I'm sorry. But, RJ, this was a pleasure having you. This was a nice crossover. I can say for a fact that you are one of the best in the business, in the fan leagues. So, thank you very much, everyone. This was great. This was really fun. We are going to keep putting content out for you to see, because right now we all have to stay at home. You guys know, stay safe, take care of yourselves, don't go out. Just avoid that COVID-19 that's banging us all. But, you know, you can entertain yourselves by watching our content, watching Full Metal content, watching Multiplex, watching everything. So, RJ, why don't you just promote everything you want to promote?
Yeah, so as you all know, I am the commissioner of the Full Metal Geek division. Make sure you head over to Full Metal and check out all our content. Full Metal will be back this season. Like I said, it's just taking a little while with me running things by myself, but we will be starting this season with our to fill the championship, our little championship battle between our top 4 contenders: Thomas Scully, Dominic Rizzi, Tim Bercala, and Jay Burns. Those are going to be 3 really fun matches to watch. Other than that, you guys know you can always find me on Facebook at Rene Villarreal Jr. Do not type in RJ. You're going to find 86,743 people who are not me.
Yeah, I tried that too. I tried that. All right, so thank you very much again, the Red Ranger. I am not good with English. So guys, check out the people who are scrolling down the credits. They make the movie Trivia Face Off possible. Adam, the Nomad Collins, being one of them, starting the singles division. A lot of people, you guys who wanted the singles division to come back, you guys have Adam to thank, among us a lot of other people. But Adam is the one who is writing a lot of questions. So you guys are going to be able to play singles in the movie Trivia Face Off this year because of Adam and another question writer. So make sure you guys show him some appreciation for that. So this has been the movie Trivia Face Off. Rene Villarreal Jr., RJ, I'm David Garcia, and we will see you next time with Face Off.